Want to keep up with the latest Camodo Gaming videos? Be sure to subscribe and click that bell. Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Stormworks Build and Rescue. And yes folks, we are back once again, and today we are back with a brand new build. So this was the last thing that we completed. This was the Camodo Tsunami bunker. And I've been thinking, you know what, I want to go bigger. I want a much bigger craft than what we have here. And I'm not really sure exactly what we're going to do with it. So this is going to be kind of like one of those things where I ask for suggestions from you guys. And we'll see what we can build here. So I'm thinking I kind of want another similar base. It just needs to be much larger. I'm assuming I'm going to make it sink and be able to attach to the bottom of the ocean. I don't know about the tracks. We might not do that again, depending on how big it is. But yeah, I've got some ideas in my head. And I'm pretty sure you guys have some ideas at home. So, we're going to start building. Hopefully today, I want to at least complete the shell, get it running, and take it out for a little bit of a test drive. But it will be far from done today. But anyways, if you guys are excited for builds again here in Stormworks, maybe hit that thumbs up button. And like I said, as we go throughout this episode, post your suggestions down below. Alright, here we are. We're starting with a simple block. So I'm going to try to cut this up as much as possible because this is probably going to take me several hours to do. But basically, we're going to start building a big shell. Now, kind of what I have pictured in my head, I kind of have almost something like a big barge looking thing pictured. I want everything kind of flat on the bottom. That way it rides up tsunamis really good. So I don't think we're going to add too much shape to the ship. I want to be able to have it be flat, and I'll put magnets on the bottom. That way, if we flood it, we should be able to lock to the bottom of the ocean, which I think would be really cool. Now, I want this thing to be at least, I would say, 4 times as big as the Tsunami bunker. I want to have room for, like, crew quarters. I want to have a nice little bridge, so I'm thinking several decks. And I actually would like to have, potentially, like a helipad or something on the back of it, too. Alright, so put those pieces there. Okay, it looks pretty good. So what I'm doing now, I've got a basic shape done. It's not going to be really tall. I don't want it really tall at all, and I want it flat on the bottom, so I'm not going to be able to shape it too much on the bottom. Now, as far as the front, I might keep it kind of like a barge, so it's going to be more rectangle shaped. I'm not going to like cut the front in and point it out. At least I don't think I'm going to do that. I might do that maybe in the future. We'll get some feedback from you guys. Now, I have a basic concept, kind of similar to the Tsunami base, where the back end, you had these airlocks. So I built 2 little rooms here. So this will be like if it's in the underwater mode, this will be how you come in and out of the ship. And I'll probably have a deck here on the side, and we'll have like a side door. And then I think I want to maybe put a ladder, or maybe I'll put some stairs over on this side here. And we'll have a second deck. You'll have like the helipad back here, and the bridge would be towards the front of the ship. Now, as far as the engine room, what I think I'm going to do, it's probably going to be about right in, I want to say in here. We'll get like a diesel engine out. This is going to be just like a little rough draft. It's not even at all, but I'm thinking it's going to be right there. We'll build in a fuel tank here in the bottom, and we'll leave these sides open. That way, once we flood it, say we do want to go underwater, we'll be able to flood the sides, and I'm hoping we'll have enough area in there that it will sink it and keep it down. Now, the big question is, how do you pump out that much water? And I've got several methods, but I think it's just going to be a buttload of pumps. But we'll see what happens here. Alright, so we have the basic layout of the engine complete. We have a generator on the side. You got your big battery over here. I'm hoping one big battery is enough to power everything. I think it will be. We got a big diesel motor here. Down here, you can see this is where the clutch is. It's going to go out to where, however we're going to power this thing, it'll be back in this area here, so you can see the piping laid out. Now, I have a little red room here. This is actually the fuel area. So, I don't know if this is enough. I might actually cut down into the bottom. You can see how I've already started it here, and maybe extend the tank back and forward. So this will be setting in the hole, and then, of course, water would be around it if it's sunk, or if not, it'll just be kind of down here. I think this is an okay place for a tank. So basically what I'm thinking, these are going to be hallways on the side, and then I'm going to do probably crew quarters here. It might not all be crew quarters because I don't want to waste every room on just a bunch of beds. So maybe we'll have a couple crew rooms in here, and then we'll have rooms all the way towards the front. I do think I want to make it to where you can walk around the front of it. So I don't know how far this front end is going to come out. We'll put railings on the outside, and I think it's going to look pretty good. So I'll give you guys a little tour of that here in a second. This isn't going to take me long to do. All right, so another quick preview here. This is what I was talking about earlier, how we're going to do the little rooms here. So this will be a couple crew rooms. We'll probably do one more big room, maybe here in the front. And then what I'm going to do with the side, I'm starting to stick windows. I don't know if I like the design of the windows, but I might change it up. But I want there to be quite a bit of light on this floor. And then there will be a deck above this. So the deck above this should go out a little further. So say, for instance, it's going to come out like, actually, let's put a block here. So it's going to come out like this, and it's going to cover the side, kind of like a little awning. So yeah, you can see I've painted parts of the engine room here. There's going to be a stack here in the back where the oxygen and the everything's just kind of flowing out and in. I think I can make that tall enough. I know it looks a little funny right now. So we have that. I think we're doing pretty good. I'm about to close this off and try to start working on the front and maybe where the bridge is going to be. But I'm fairly confident I can make this thing run by the end of this episode. I really want to actually do something besides just kind of build. So hopefully we'll get it running. Okay, there we go. All right, another little update. By the way, I don't like to talk and build at the same time because I can get a lot more done instead of trying to explain it. So I like to do this in segments and then show you guys the progress. So I stopped the windows right here on the side for now. I'll probably extend them all the way towards the front. I do want a door on each side. We'll probably turn on symmetry mode, and we'll get a door on the sides here. That way you have another way in. Of course, you wouldn't use that if you're submerged, so I'm debating if I need to put an airlock there or not. So you can see I've added stairs on the sides here. We've actually completed some of the railings. I think the helipad's going to be right up here. We'll probably put railings around the whole thing. Also back here, I'm going to put some ladders here in the back, so if you want to climb straight up to the next deck. And then we'll put ladders here on the side of the ship. Is it a ship or is it a base? I don't know what to call this. Like, I don't want to fully call it a ship since it's got kind of a weird shape to it, but I'm not really 100% sure. So, anyways, you can take the stairs up here to the second deck, or would this be the third deck? Maybe we'll have a deck below. Actually, I kind of want to keep this empty. That way we can flood as much water in here as possible. I don't know what we're going to do there, but anyways, you can take the stairs up. This would be where the bridge is and probably the captain's quarters and stuff like that. Maybe there'll be like a radar room. No telling what we can put in here. Really just, it's up to you guys and the suggestions you give. And I probably need to put a stairway, maybe somewhere's right in here. So if I can put some stairs right behind where the bridge is, you'll be able to walk up and go straight from the interior and not have to walk from the outside into the bridge. So I'm kind of liking this. The front shape, I'm still unsure of. That'll probably be something that goes through some major transitions, but we'll see what happens. There we go, and do some more windows here. All right, so we've come up with a basic design here for the top. I still don't know if I like it. Like, I might change it, but yeah, this is where the bridge is going to be located, so we got some windows here. I started to actually paint the boat because the colors were a little weird for me. So this is definitely not the permanent paint scheme. I just started to just paint just to see what would happen. I normally go with like a blue deck, and I decided to go with more like a dark green one. Maybe we'll do that in the interior. Most of the ship is white right now. I've been experimenting with the blues and reds to see what it looks like. But as far as an update, we really just finished the front of this. I actually put a roof on this top part. I shaped the front a little bit more, and I actually finished the railings and stuff. So back here where you see the orange, I'm going to go ahead and build a stack back here. And then basically what we need to do next, I need to focus on getting the doors working, getting a little bit of lighting in here, making sure we can start the engine, getting some sort of controls up here in the bridge. Basically, your basic stuff. Hopefully we can finish that. But we're going on about an hour and 45 minutes, so this actually hasn't taken as long as I thought it was going to be. But we're still going to see some major changes here. Alright, so we're doing some work here. We're almost ready to get this thing fired up. So, let me go in here. I've got the doors working. I got a couple logic gates in here. I'm going to have to probably hide those. Let's see here. So I'm going to have a panel. Now, this is something I've never done on any of my other ships, which I haven't built that many. Which, by the way, I'm a very basic builder. Compared to what you see on the workshop, those people are absolutely nuts, and they're awesome. So don't expect anything that fancy, but anyways, what we're going to do, I'm going to build a panel here on the side. Actually, let's turn off symmetry mode here. So we'll probably cut in right around here, and then we'll have like an engine panel. That way we can start it up, and we'll be able to throttle up down here, but in order to engage the clutch, we'll have it up there in the bridge. That way you can actually drive the ship up there. But I want to make it to where you have to like maybe switch on the lights and everything down here in the engine room. Other than that, I did a basic stack. It is ugly. It's really square. I want to add some shape to that here in a little bit, but I wanted to get it to where it was covering everything up. That way we can test it here today. Other than that, I've added another little room here and tried to shape the bridge a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and paint this. Like I said, the paint job is not permanent. I don't know if I really like it that much. So if you guys have suggestions for paints, maybe a color scheme, let me know. But yeah, we're getting close. We're almost there. So basically, we'll get it to where we can fire it up here in a second. And we also need to kind of see if it floats. I completed the bottom, but I'm not 100% sure if everything's sealed yet. All right, we got it wired up. Let's go ahead. Here's the moment of truth. Does it float? Does my big barge box base thing float? Oh, it floats. It drops a little high. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump aboard real quick. So you can see I've added ladders here in the back so you can climb up to the second deck here. This looks a little messy here because I'm going to build a pad on it. For a helicopter. We can go down here. You can either go through the airlock, which I haven't finished yet. I need to add pumps and stuff in here. Or you can go through... We have a side door in here. That button seemed a little low. I think that button's one block too low. So yeah, you can walk into here. So this is a just kind of a view on the inside here. You'll have cabins here. We'll have some rooms here in the front and probably a set of stairs right here. That way you can go up to the bridge. But I didn't put any buttons or anything on these yet. They're sealed and powered up, but they're not ready to be lived in yet. So you can see the engine room here. Let's go ahead and go in here. Okay. So we've got our lights. So we have interior lights are here. Exteriors are going to be here. I don't have any exterior lights, by the way, yet. All right, so we have a key here. Let's go and hit the key. We're going to go engine start here. Let's go and throttle up. Okay, turn that off. Close that. All right, so we have a running engine, fuel 100%, air 100%. Everything's 100%, looks green and good to go. I don't know if this is a big enough, which, by the way, is somebody that's a little bit better builder here. This is all I have as far as coolant. I don't know if this is big enough and if the system's going to be able to run off all this, but we'll see. I guess it'll explode if it doesn't. All right, so that's good to go here. Push button. Let's get out here. So basically what we need to do now, which I hope I have these doors hooked up right. We would come into here. I'm going to build a very basic bridge. It's basically going to be a helm and a throttle lever. Maybe we'll have a horn or something. But this will be the bridge, and it'll be like a little command center. Maybe we'll have a couple little stations here. Probably like a radio station on one side and like a radar on the other. So we'll have that. We'll have some doors in here. I'm going to go ahead and paint this in here because it really bugs me it being like really gray looking. So let me go do that, and we should be ready for a test. All right, folks, so I think we finally have a product that I think is going to be able to run. We have a long way to go because there's probably going to be things to change, ways to optimize this. Even like the bottom, I quit painting it. I was like, why am I painting this red if we might change the paint scheme on this? So I decided to stop painting the bottom here. So anyways, let's go ahead and put it out one more time. We're going to confirm that everything works. Let's go ahead and change the time here. I also need to change how that thing drops in the water. So, say we're going to go... Actually, we need to start down here. Let's go into here. I still need to move this button. So, we can walk back here. I haven't painted this interior yet because I kind of like the blue floor. Would we do like a blue floor on the inside and a green on the outside? It's potential we'll do that. So, let's go ahead and open this up here. So, let's click hold. Okay, so let's go interior lights. I've added some lights up by the bridge. So let's go key here, give it a little bit of throttle. There we go. Okay, run that engine all the way. Give it a second. Shut that off. All right, everything should be running. So let's go out here. Still haven't put that staircase right there, but we'll go ahead and use this outside part. I really need to stick that in here. So we got this. I kind of painted all this out here. It looks okay. That stack or funnel still bothers me a little bit, but we'll change that here in the future. All right, so let's go into here. All right, so here is the very, very basic bridge. Oh boy, let's confirm that this actually runs. Okay, so let's go in. All right, there she goes. Now, this is not going to be a speed demon whatsoever. Like, I guess maybe I could have done like a dual motor setup, maybe a more powerful propeller or propulsion system, but I think this is probably good. Yeah, we're actually moving decent. So question is, does it turn? Oh, hey, it actually turns pretty good. All right, so let's turn the other side. Okay, those are all working in unison. Okay, well, that's a thing. All right, so question is, are we generating power? Is the battery staying charged? Let's go ahead and test that. Ah, it's so cool, that first like little drive you get with your boat, just making sure it works. It kind of always makes you feel kind of good, even though this is kind of a really basic looking craft. We're still working on it though. All right, so we can go off into here. Ooh, we can have a maintenance room. We actually need a room with the equipment and stuff in it too. All right, let's go back here. Let's go check. Where's your battery? There it is. Okay, so battery's at 1. It's staying at 1. So we are generating electricity. So we are good as far as the engine setup right now. Okay. Well, I didn't picture this working that easy. Okay. Let's go ahead and go back up here. Let's see. I guess we should really test this out against some of the elements here. So let's go ahead and start to turn. Now, like I said, this shape is temporary. Let me know what you guys think. Don't think of this as a traditional boat. So, you know, like a long pointed front end and just kind of built up and then it kind of slopes off towards the back. Think of this more like being kind of a base. That's why the bottom's as flat as it is. So let's go ahead and run into some waves here and see what it does with those. I'm kind of curious what it does with the Tsunami, because I always like the option of being able to drop down below it. I always just thought that's neat because I have some sort of weird obsession with the underwater bases. But we'll have to see. You know, we might make this a couple blocks taller. One thing I'm noticing, some of the water's kind of going over the decks a little bit. This is 100% waves, but I still think it could set a little bit higher. All right. Well, it's doing a decent job with these, but yeah, we'll probably add maybe 2 or 3 more blocks here to the bottom. Should be good. All right, so we have that. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's just hit it with the Tsunami real quick. So which way? Oh, it's gonna come from behind, so let's go ahead and turn this. All right, yeah, I can definitely tell, especially here in the waves, this thing's gonna need to set higher. Like, I'm probably gonna say that several times. I'm just noticing it just doesn't set far enough out of the water as far as that first deck as I would like to see. So yeah, well, that's a fairly easy fix that I can do. That's why I'm kind of happy I didn't paint the whole bottom of this, because we're about to rip it apart. But all right, let's go ahead and try floating this up a Tsunami real quick. But I'm pretty happy. You know what? It handles pretty good. It's generating its battery, so that's all good to go there. Everything's going pretty decent. Now let's see what it does here with this Tsunami. I'm hoping, since it's so flat, that it floats kind of up it and not through it like a lot of boats do. But that's to be determined. Hold on, it's trying to go up. It's still going to go down in it somewhat, but oh, it's going up it. Yes, that looks cool. And whee! Ah, it's like a big floating plank. Up, and there it goes. Down in the water. All right, well, I'm actually kind of happy with that. So, all right, let's go ahead and throttle back. That's going to be your clutch there. So, I like the idea. Maybe I'll make it to where you can crank it from the helm. But I like the idea of having to go down into the engine room to do that. So, let's go ahead and close this. Oh, that is going to be pretty cool, though. Once we put a helipad here, we'll have a big set of magnets on it. No telling what else we could probably put up here. There's probably several different things. All right, let's go ahead and walk down here. Yeah, that water coming over this deck is going to be a little bit of an issue. Let's go ahead and close that. Go ahead and confirm everything's still good to go here. Yeah, battery's at 1.0. All Let's go and just kill it here. Yep. All right, well, that is about it. It actually floats and works, so that's what I wanted to get accomplished for this episode. So I'll be going through the comment section. I'm hoping to do this at least once a week. We'll add on to it and kind of like the Tsunami bunker until we're finished. So let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions down below. Thank you guys for all the love and support on the Stormworks series. You guys are amazing. And we'll see you guys next time in Stormworks.